varsity player, Tracy's favorite memories in the long bus rides with the team. He'd like to especially thank his mom for making it to all of his games. The coaches will always remember how Tracy's personality brings so much energy to the team. Tracy is respected by everyone that knows him. On the court, Tracy's fierce, competitiveness, and will to win will always be remembered. We appreciate everything you have done with the program today. We wish you the best at the U.S. Naval Academy, where you will continue your education and skills on the football field. Our next senior is Colin Ensel. Colin has been in the program for 4 years, including 2 on the varsity level. Colin's favorite memory was celebrating the team's first win last year in the locker room. We'd like to give an extra thank you to Leland, Trey Coles, and Coach TV for supporting him. Colin's favorite class is IB Physics. The coaches will always remember your work ethic and positive attitude. You've been an awesome coach and have always been a team-first teammate. We know you have so many exciting accomplishments ahead of you. We can't wait to keep in touch as you move on to college in the next stage of your life. Thank you for all that you've given to the program. Our third senior tonight is AKP, who is being accompanied by Alana. AK has been in the basketball program for 4 years, including the last 2 with varsity. AK's favorite memory is winning the Dale Travis Invitational this season. He'd like to specifically thank Coach Hall and Coach TV for always being there for him. AK's favorite class is theater. Coaches will always appreciate your will to battle and your loyalty towards your teammates. Thank you for AK for everything that you've given to the program. We look forward to seeing what you accomplish as you move forward. Our next senior is Carter Juma, who is welcoming up to his parents Tracy and John, as well as his sister Molly. Carter has been in the program for 5 years, 3 on the varsity team. His favorite memory was winning the Dale Travis Invitational for Stewart this season. Carter's favorite class activity has been English with Mr. Williamson. Carter would like to thank all the coaches he sat at Trinity. The coaching staff will always remember Carter's toughness and readiness to compete, as well as always being a genuine and great teammate. Carter will continue his next journey in Randolph-Macon, where he will play baseball in addition to earning his degree. Thank you, Carter, for everything you've given to our program. Our fifth senior is Luke Fisher, who is being served by his parents Danny and Casey, as well as his brothers Jax and Cameron. Luke's been part of the basketball program for 4 years, including the last 3 on varsity. Luke's favorite memory is winning the Dale Travis Invitational this season. Luke would like to give an extra thank you to all the training coaches from JV until now. His favorite class activity has been the River and Environmental Systems class. The coaches will always remember how consistently hard you always play and your desire to win. You've given everything you've got for Trinity basketball. We appreciate it so much. We can't wait to see what you achieve as a student and basketball player as you move forward after graduating. And finally, our last senior is Leland Coleman, who is being welcomed by his parents CPA and Leland has been part of the basketball program for 4 years, winning the last 3 with the varsity team. His favorite memory is having 5 dunks against Benedict. I'd like to give a special thanks to Coach Burson and all of his friends here at Trinity for supporting him. His favorite class has been ceramics. The coaching staff will always appreciate your dedication and commitment to Trinity basketball, as well as your electrifying plays. We're excited to see what path you choose next as you continue your academic and athletic journey in college. Thank you so much for all that you've given to the program. Ladies and gentlemen, our seniors here at Trinity Sports.
You are watching
Trinity Episcopal School Production Network. TESPN.
Number 3, Justin Gagnon.
Good evening and welcome into the Estes Athletic Center for a big Prep League basketball game tonight. Woodberry Forest School, 21-4 on the season, comes in to Travis Court to take on the 14-8 Titans of Trinity Episcopal. I am Rick Hamlin, joined here by Ryan Lloyd, producer Ben Snyder, stat guy David Jennings. In the second quarter, you're going to hear from Matthew Roberts on the mic as well. So we got a whole team here for you of TESPN to cover this game. And you're about to see the starting lineups. And it's senior night tonight, so 5 senior starters. And got a little Welcome to the Jungle, a little Guns N' Roses. Ryan, let me bring you in here. And you've been up here many nights with me this season. This is, in my opinion, the biggest game yet. What are your thoughts as we get ready to tip off senior night?
Yeah, I'm just really excited. I want to highlight what you just said. This probably is the biggest game this season. The Titans come into the game, as you said, 14-8. They lost a tough one last Friday to St. Chris right at the end. And with St. Chris being 11th currently in the Vista State poll and us being 12th, you're really in top 12 make the state tournament. You're really riding on the edge. Woodberry is currently ranked 7th. A win here would not guarantee, but would certainly help your chances in getting into that tournament. So I think there's a ton riding on tonight. If they can come up with a win, they put themselves in great position. If they, drop the game, you really gotta lock in and focus for what's going to be a tough game Friday against Stab.
Yeah, exactly. Well put. And I did want to, and I'll mention this a couple times throughout the broadcast because our Titan fans, you look at the Trinity website and wrote the games into your calendar. The Stab game that was originally scheduled for Thursday is now going to be Friday here. So that's one you're not going to want to miss, as Stab is number 2 in the state, 21-3. The best team will play all year, so that's a game you're going to want to watch with a bunch of Division I talent on that Stab team. That's Friday night at 6 o'clock. But as far as this one, is also huge. You mentioned the implications for the state rankings, but also from the Prep League standings. Right now, Titans are 4-4 in the league, sitting in 3rd, with St. Christopher's at 4-5 right behind them. And getting the 3 seed is going to be big. It's going to put you opposite of Stab in the tournament bracket, who are the prohibitive favorite and undefeated in the league. So this is big for state rankings. It's big for the Prep League standings. And also, you always want to send your seniors out with a win. And first Titan possession leads to a short attempt by Leland Coleman on the three-pointer. And we see Titans coming out man-to-man. 3 guys starting who don't typically start. Trey Ferguson, Colin Edsel, who's guarding the ball right now, and Carter Schuma, who's now on the ball. And Carter does a good job keeping Tigers out of the lane. Good block by Leland Coleman, and Trey Ferguson comes up with it. Now, I will say, as Luke Fisher fires and hits a 3, and the Titans draw first blood, I will say that Schuma and Ferguson both started a lot last year. So, are we good?
Our display of the screen is a little laggy, so we're going to check and make sure it's not. If it is, we might just restart, not the stream, but just the visual.
Okay. So
that remains to be seen.
On our end, we are getting a little bit of buffering on our stream. Hopefully for folks watching at home, it is clear, but I'll try and sort of do it as a bit of a radio broadcast. It's done. It's not good. Okay, well, we'll work on that. But Tigers are at the free throw line. Foul on Colin Edsel. And they make the first free throw. That was Sheldon Robinson, sophomore guard. and that cut it to 1, or 3-1 rather. He missed the second, and 3-1 Titans as Trey Ferguson brings it across the timeline. All right, we're going to work on getting the pictures set up, but hopefully folks can still hear me as the Titans turn the ball over on that possession, and Woodberry looks to attack. Alejandro Ford penetrates, kicks it back out top to guard Marius Mazika. Good defense here by the Titans, though, as they're not allowing themselves to be penetrated by, and it ends up with the Tigers throwing the ball away for a turnover. Nice job playing team defense there by Trinity. And the 5 senior starters all still in. Normal starters, Devion Brown, Mason Patrick, and Alex Chaikin yet to come in. Luke Fisher's 3 from the corner is too strong, airballed. And looks like we are about to see some subs at the next dead ball. But meanwhile, Woodberry's 3 is off the mark, and Leland Coleman hauls in the defensive rebound and brings it up himself. Luke Fisher, left corner, passes it out to Trey Ferguson at the top of the key. And Titans will look to run a play as Coach Blazer yells out some instructions. And looked like somebody may have messed up the play because Coach wasn't too happy with it. 4 on the shot clock. Long 3 by Leland Coleman, kind of a desperation 3. He caught iron, but it's no good, and the Tigers come up with a rebound. And 3 from the top of the key is good by Amir Crawford, number 5 for Woodberry, and that gives Woodberry a 4-3 advantage. Leland Coleman penetrates, takes the contact and scores, and the Titans regain the lead at 5-4 on a strong take by senior Leland Coleman. 3-pointer from the left wing is no good by Sheldon Robinson. Trey Ferguson, the smallest guy on the court, came down with a defensive rebound. Trey Ferguson penetrates and scores. Great layup by Trey, and he showed a lot of quickness getting to the basket there. And the Titans have a 7-4 lead with just over 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Robinson misses again on an elbow jumper. Luke Fisher gets the rebound, and Titans lead by 3 and have possession. Leland Coleman, another strong take, but his layup misses. And Alejandro Ford cleans up the rebound as the Tigers bring it across. There has not been a whistle for a couple minutes here as 3 Titans are trying to get in the game. Ford, no good on a 3. Leland Coleman secures the rebound. And score is 7-4. Ben, can you at least update the score? I know we're having some issues with the video, but hopefully we can at least keep the score and the clock accurate. So, Ben, go ahead and get the clock accurate. And all right, so 3 subs come in for Trinity. A.K. Key, the 6th senior, the 1 senior who didn't start, checks in, along with juniors Trey Coles and Alex Chaikin. Trey Coles had a great game at St. Christopher's in the 1-point loss on Friday with 21 points. And Luke Fisher drives in and makes a layup from the left side. And Woodberry coach Craig Dawson calls a 30-second timeout. And with 3:12 to go in the first quarter, Trinity with a 9-4 advantage. 9-4 advantage. So and we're continuing to try and work on getting things fixed for you here from a video standpoint. All right, maybe we're good now. Apologize as We do occasionally have some technical difficulties. You haven't heard Ryan's voice in a while as he tried to help us clean up the stream, but it looks like I think we've cleaned it up. Hopefully we were able to at least provide a good radio-style commentary if you couldn't see things. But as we hit the 3-minute mark of quarter number 1, it's a 9-4 Titan lead, and Trey Coles gets a steal and draws a foul. That foul on number 20, Jeffrey Woodward, 6'2 senior for the Tigers, commits the first foul for Woodberry in this first half. Titans have done a great job defensively in this first 5 minutes. Tough take by Luke Fisher, but Leland Coleman with the stick back. And Titans have built an early 7-point lead here on senior night.
Yeah.
And another turnover for the Tigers.
Some early turnovers by Woodberry. It's really allowing the Titans some momentum, and they've had a few pretty uncontested, not uncontested, but back-to-back offensive opportunities.
Yeah, now Titans who've run some really good stuff in the half court. Luke Fisher's contested 3 comes up a little short. Trey Coles holds his ground defensively. He gets a hand on it, creates a turnover, and now Alex Shakin in traffic draws a foul. And that foul is going to be on number 3, Justin Gagnon, senior, who is committed to Kenyon College. Going to play college basketball there at the Division III level, Kenyon College in Ohio. And it's the first foul on Gagnon and the second on the Tigers. Alex Shakin hits the first free throw.
Yep.
So Ryan, I know you haven't maybe seen everything because you were helping our producer and technical crew get the stream the way we wanted it, but what have you noticed in this first 6 minutes of action?
Not a ton. I was really looking, so I haven't really seen much, but I will say it is good. It is good to see AK Keith in there. AK Keith and playing. You know, he came back from a really unfortunate injury last winter and has worked really hard in his recovery to get back to where he is today, and it's really impressive.
Yeah, great point, Ryan. Yeah, he tore his ACL last winter or maybe early spring in 7-on-7 football and made it back just in time for the end of football season. He played in the last couple games in the state playoffs and won a championship. Great block by Leland Coleman there. Leland looks very fired up here on senior night. Luke Fisher is off, but AK got the rebound, but I think they're going to get him for a loose ball foul. So that'll be the third team foul. Great effort by AK.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the biggest thing for me this quarter is just defensively, Titans have contested everything, gotten several steals, and it's just good to see them respond. And another steal, this time by Leland Coleman. Just really good to see Trinity's response after a frankly heartbreaking loss on Friday night. It was not a good pass by Leland Coleman, and he says my bad, as he should, because it was. But he's had a great start prior to that turnover.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just curious what the guys' energy would be losing by 1 in the last second on Friday night at St. Christopher's. But they seem up for it. I mean, again, if you joined us late, I mean, Woodberry's 21-4. This is one of the best teams we've seen all season, and yet in this first quarter, the Titans are really the aggressor. Alex Shakin's pull-up is good on the baseline. And
great job by Alex there. Recognizes the defender coming right at him.
Double digits, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually haven't put that on the scoreboard yet in the gym, but going to be a second foul on AK. And the 4th team foul. Looks like Mason Patrick is about to check in for the first time. Mason usually starts, but just a sophomore, so he has had to give way so some seniors could get some first quarter minutes. And we've also yet to see Devion Brown, who missed Friday's game with a sprained ankle, but I thought he was playing tonight, is what I was told, well, by him at school. That free throw is no good by Marius Mazika. He'll have one more, and Patrick does indeed check in for AK. Yeah. 25 seconds left in the quarter, which means the Titans could hold for the last shot here. And barring, because the shot clock is off, but barring an easy layup, I would hold for the last shot and see Coach Blazer holding up that one.
Definitely the smart decision. We'll see. Luke trying to buy some time. Leland's pass to Alex.
Yeah, Trey Cole's 3, no good. It was a little early. Woodberry is going to have an opportunity here with 3, 2, and he does get it off just in time, and it banks in. Sheldon Robinson with an NBA 3 that banks in, and after a great first quarter for the Titans, that's an unfortunate way to end it, but I don't like taking that shot with 8 seconds left in the quarter. If you hold it to the last 3 or 4 seconds, they would have no chance to get a shot. So we saw Coach Blazer call in for the final shot, and Trey Coles put it up a little earlier than you would have liked, which allowed that three-pointer to go down for the Tigers. And I think they're also going to get the ball to start the second quarter. And we saw, I believe, our last broadcast Thursday night against Benedictine, a similar situation where the Titans hit a 3 to end the third quarter and then got it to start the fourth, hit another 3, and ended up being 6 straight points. So Woodberry has a chance to do that. So, Ryan, before you pass on the mic.
Yeah, I just wanted to really reinforce that, how unfortunate it was. They, for a couple minutes there, didn't allow us really a single real shot. They gave up a foul that led to 2 free throws, but they were both missed, and then some just great defensive effort that maybe a missed timed shot that led to a three-pointer.
But overall, big picture, was still a great quarter, and you know, if I had told you 8 minutes ago that Titans have an 8-point lead at the end of one, particularly going deep into the bench, you would have to take that. So Ryan is going to take the second quarter off as we bring in Matthew Roberts, 9th grader, class of 2026, who is, this is your first time on the mic for basketball, yeah?
Yes.
All right, well, welcome, Matthew. And you've been watching this first quarter. What are your impressions thus far?
I thought we've done a pretty good job of just possessing the ball and taking smart shots. I think definitely a little rough around the edges, but they're playing pretty well.
Yeah, we did get a foul call there on Devion Brown, who's in for the first time, as he didn't play in the first quarter, again with the seniors getting their minutes. And that's the 5th team foul. And it's a strong take by Mazika, and it's back to a 6-point Titan lead. And that really was five straight points for Woodberry without Trinity touching it across the end of the first and beginning of the second quarter. Trey Coles with a strong take, and he's going to go to the line for a pair. That foul is on Mazika. That is his first and 3rd team foul.
Was Davion injured for the St. Chris game?
Yes. Yeah, so Devion Brown rolled his ankle right at the end of the Benedictine game on Thursday, like in the last 10 seconds. And then he wasn't able to go Friday at St. Christopher's, which I think made a big difference.
Definitely.
He's for sure one of the best players on this team and one of the best two-way players, because he gives you usually double-figure scoring on offense, but he's a great defender as well. And I think he would have made life really hard on Brandon Jennings, St. Christopher's leading scorer, but sadly he wasn't able to go, but he's back tonight, which is good to see, as Trey Coles hits the first. And Trey swishes them both. Makes up a little bit for that, I thought, somewhat ill-advised shot at the end of the first quarter, or just shot that he shot a little bit too early. And Nice possession there by Woodberry, and it's Alejandro Ford scoring off of the flex cut down low. 17-11. Mason Patrick may have gotten away with a travel there. And now shot is blocked. Shaken shot. And the layup rolls in and out for Jeffrey Woodward, and we see the rebound by Devion Brown. And now a three-pointer from the corner is good.
Great shot.
Fat Rat, Devion Brown for three, and the lead is back to 9. And he's moving well for a guy that, you know, is just coming off a sprained ankle.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like he's injured at all to me.
Three-pointer is off, and there's Brown with a defensive rebound. Thought he got fouled, but no call there, and the Tigers look to run. It's a nice fast break and an and one. Mazika finishes plus the foul on Trey Coles. Devion Brown, strong take at the other end, but shot got blocked, and then Titans did not do a very good job of rotating back defensively to prevent that fast break. And I thought at that point, yeah, I think Trey should have just let him go. He wasn't going to be able to block the shot. See Talik Montgomery in for the first time, and Luke Fisher back in as Brown and Chaikin check out, and Brown checking in with trainer Marcall. I guess just getting that ankle looked at. Mazika misses another free throw. I believe he's 0 for 3 from the line. Trey Coles loses the handle, but Montgomery comes up with it. Shot clock down to 10. His possession a little herky-jerky, and it ends with an air ball, but fortunate bounce to Leland Coleman, who scores. And, you know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, because that was pretty ugly possession, but at the end of the day, 2 points for the Titans.
Leland
3 by Ford
right
is
right
off.
Time.
What's that, Matt?
Leland was just in the right place at the right time and made a great play.
He was in the right place at the right time. We're going to have a foul on Mason Patrick, who I didn't really see him as even being in the picture there, but his first foul, but it is the 7th team foul, and that will be a 1-and-1, and it is Marius Mazika, the left-hander, or I guess it was a 2-shot foul. I didn't think he was shooting and didn't think Mason fouled him. But it's irrelevant. He made the first shot anyway, so he's going to get a second. Assistant coach Dr. Stephen Reese did not like that call either. And Mazika takes advantage and makes them both. Titans still up 7. Luke Fisher gets into the lane, kick out to Leland Coleman. They close him out, but he goes strong for the layup. And
great take.
On senior night, Leland is off to a great start. David, how many points is that for Leland? 9? 8? 8 points, as our stat guy, David Jennings, tells me. Oh, that's a sweet spin by Mazika, but he missed. Strong rebound by Mason Patrick. Trey Coles with the hesitation. Gets it over to Fisher in the corner. Luke, no good. Leland Coleman's tap, no good. And unfortunately for the Titans, it's going to be a loose ball foul on Talik Montgomery, and it's going to march 94 feet the other way for free throws. Well, I guess 79 feet, 94 minus the 15 of the free throw line. Want to make sure to get the math straight with my man Mitch Hauser is here with me, like the old days. Yeah, JV got a big win tonight, 60-53. I think that was a battle for first place in the prep league at the JV level. So great job by Coach Burston and his 8th, 9th, and 10th graders as they continue their strong season. I believe JV is now 12-4. So it's going to be 1-1 for Sheldon Robinson. And he hits the first. And you know, Matt, it's just, I mean, there's great hustle by Talik. Unfortunately, he kind of lost his footing and took Robinson out, and now the Tiger is able to put 2 points on the board with no defense, but only 1 point because he missed the second.
Yeah, definitely got lucky there.
Nearly a steal by Amir Crawford, but Mason Patrick got bumped. No call, though, and then he throws it away. It's only, think about the second turnover for the Titans, and it was not a very good job defensively as they allowed Wallace Hardison to get into the lane and make an easy 13-footer. And Coach Blazer calls timeout as clearly a miscommunication there on defense, and Trinity players did not know who they were supposed to guard, and Hardison got a wide open pull-up. But, you know, one thing that happens, Matt, is because Trinity has subbed so much in the first half with a different than normal starting lineup on senior night, then trying to bring the normal rotation guys back in. When you're subbing a lot, it creates a situation where you're constantly changing who you're guarding because you're changing the personnel. So it makes communication extremely important. And it looked like on that one there just was no communication.
Yeah, and we're definitely struggling on a couple of those fast breaks with communication.
But you got to give credit to Wallace Hardison because he realized he wasn't guarded and he took it himself and got into the lane. Leland Coleman is out, I believe, for the first time as Carter Schuma's in, and the pull-up by Luke Fisher is short, and Woodberry with a chance to further cut into that lead. It's going to be a second foul on Mason Patrick, and Alejandro Ford will go to the line. Ninth team foul. One thing to keep an eye on also is Devion Brown. I thought he came in the first couple minutes of the second quarter and played great. But then we saw him go out and talk to athletic trainer Mark Hall, so hope he's able to come back. I don't know if that ankle was bothering him maybe more than we could tell just from watching. Ford makes the first.
Yeah, we definitely feel
And second.
The lack of Leland's presence. He's a great rebounder, and like you said, just a great both ways player.
And looks like Devion Brown is about to check back in, so that's good to see. Alex Chaikin takes it all the way and finishes from the left side of the basket. And I feel like I talk about this every broadcast, but Chaikin has just added so much to his game from last year when he mostly just would stand outside the three-point line and shoot deep ones, but now he's able to penetrate, create for his teammates and for himself, and also defend the ball pretty well, as you see there. Wallace Hardison this time missed, loose ball, and Hardison does come out with it. But that's a steal. Mason Patrick looks to push, and that should be a block, and it is. Gagnon didn't like the call, but I didn't think he was set, nor did he go down. So he's going to risk getting a technical. He yelled right in the official's ear. The ref almost went to his whistle, but then instead decided to just kind of stare down Gagnon there, and Coach Craig Dawson's going to take him out. They let them sub. Sub wasn't supposed to come in yet because. Yeah, I mean, that was like a hockey line change. The ref never called him in, but I guess just wanted to get him on the bench where he could cool off after yelling at him. Mason Patrick hits 1 out of 2. Titans up 7 with 2:30 to go. Good D by Luke Fisher. His Hardison shot comes up short. Mason Patrick again looks to run. This time Chaikin from almost that same spot he just scored on, but this one does not go. And 2 minutes left in the half, and nice spin move and finish there by Amir Crawford. Cuts the lead to 5. I think this last couple minutes is huge. What a finish! Mason Patrick with the spin move and the and one. Great job by Mason to push lead right back to 7. But Matt, 1:49 to go to half. My thinking right now, as if you're a Titan fan or coach or player, is we got a 7-point lead right now. We want to make sure we're up at least 7 going into halftime.
Definitely. And I love that and one by Mason. I think he's a great physical player and just a great shot.
Yeah, Mason, for me, is really that glue guy that every team needs. He can play several positions. He always plays hard. He plays a little bigger than his size. Can score, as we see there with him completing the three-point play. He can hit threes. It's not, I wouldn't say he's an elite shooter, but he's a capable shooter. And a lot of times he ends up guarding guys who are bigger than he is and does a good job. That was not very good D. The Titans catch a break as Crawford missed the layup. And, you got to say, Woodberry has missed some easiest shots tonight, which for a team that's 21-4, you would think are shots that maybe they're more accustomed to making, like that layup by Crawford. This time Patrick is going to travel with it as he took it into trouble, which is unfortunate because Fat Rat knocked down a 3, but not going to count. Woodberry is missing their 6'11" center, Jordan McConnell, who is out for this game. And I'm sure they're, accustomed to relying on McConnell for his interior presence. He's a very good player. So Alejandro Ford stepping up there, drives hard and draws the foul. 10th team foul. They're going to call it on Mason Patrick, his 3rd. And if you think back to his first foul that they called on him when he was not even near the play, that's why it matters, because now he's got 3. And he really should only have 2. But Mason's going to have to watch this final minute of the half from the bench as Trey Coles checks back in. Exactly 1 minute to go. Titans up 7. And now 6. And Woodberry, who missed a bunch of free throws early, has started to get hot from the free throw line. You also see the Tigers picking up the defensive intensity, and they come out of it with a loose ball, but turn it over. Trinity catches a break there as Amir Crawford couldn't quite handle it. Talik Montgomery checking in for Alex Chaikin. A little surprised to see Chaikin coming out for an offensive possession here late in the half with his shooting ability, but I don't think Coach Blazer was too happy with his turnover there. So down to 20 seconds left. Shot clock at 15, so the Titans cannot hold for the last shot. Trey Cole's 3 is short. Fight for the loose ball. Woodberry comes away with it. As the clock, you don't want to foul here. You also don't want to give up a layup, And for the second consecutive quarter, Woodberry scores right at the buzzer. And if each quarter had ended 2 seconds earlier, Trinity would be up 9, but alas, only up 4. Still, though, I think probably as good a half as I've seen the Titans play this year. 4-point lead against, again, it's 21-4 team. And I think we're in for a great second half. I think it's going to be super competitive, a tight one, and definitely one to stick around for. We will take a short break. Third quarter, I'm going to take a break myself from play-by-play duties, and Ryan and Matt will handle the third quarter announcing, and I'll be back for the fourth quarter to bring it home. So take a break now for halftime. We'll get some halftime stats for you guys and be back in just a few minutes. Should be a great second half. Please stick around.
Yep. All right, everyone. Kicking off. Woodberry will start with the ball.
It's like a Mia Crawford this pass to Marius Mazika.
We will see the Titans starters back in the game, at least the usual ones.
Mia Crawford's fouled.
Yep. You know, we've been seeing, you know, both in the Benedictine game on Thursday and then on Friday versus St. Chris, Trey Coles with an increase in playing time. I think he's really benefited from that. We've seen his ability to shoot, his powerful athletic ability showcasing, and, you know, his ability to drive and his fast breaks up the court. You know, I think that comes probably with Davion Brown having a hurt ankle, but I think he's certainly earned his playing time that he's received recently. And they're going to Woodberry.
Yeah, definitely. I think Trey Cole's a great shooter, and I think he definitely deserves more playing time than he gets.
Yeah. Luke Fisher now with the ball for the Titans. His
Great
layup
take by
will be
Luke.
good. He's going to take it all the way from the top end. Now, see Woodberry with some passing outside the line, and three-pointer by Amir Crawford is off. Shaken with the rebound. Leland Coleman, strong drive. Great job by him to convert on that layup. Now it's Sheldon Robinson with the ball. His layup off. Woodberry gets the offensive rebound, and that one will be good.
Nice rebound by, was that Mazeka that got that one?
Yep. Woodberry with a quick response. Shuma's pass out to Chaikin. And a bit of miscommunication by Leland and Alex there as Leland will turn the ball over.
Looks like Amir Crawford has the ball again. They pass to Mazeka. Shot by Sheldon Robinson, just a bit off.
Trey Coles goes for a layup. He'll get fouled, so he'll come to the line. I think we saw a very physical play from the Titans in the first half. They had ended up with, I think it was 10 or 11 fouls. Pretty large number as Woodberry got in the double bonus. I don't think they used it though, but we'll see. Trey Cole's first shot is good. Titans now with a 6-point lead. It's been about the status quo as far as the lead goes for the Titans. They jumped out to an early one with all the seniors in and have kind of maintained that as the game's gone on.
Yeah, not really a blowout, but not like a super close nail biter either.
Trey's second free throw will be good. See Woodberry with the ball now. And Mazinga will be fouled. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Commit a charge, and now it'll be Trinity ball. Trey Cole's pass out to Alex Chaikin. Chaikin will lay it off for Chaikin as he looks to convert on a three. Off. Carter Shuma fighting for the rebound. He won't get it. He's a bit alone on that one. Now Alejandro Ford, his drive, sorted by Luke Fisher. He'll come away with a steal. And now Luke's shot, difficult shot, just off. Woodberry with the rebound. Crawford looking to take it himself. Good block by Leland Coleman. See some screen set by Woodberry as they're looking to reset. Good job by Trey Coles. Of course, a bit of a bobbled ball on a hollow for the forward. Three-pointer is good.
Fisher passes to Alex Chaikin. Chaikin's gonna go up. Great take.
Great job by Alex. He's really added that strong drive to his arsenal this year. As you know, last year was more just a perimeter shooter. Worked really hard this offseason. Has really expanded his weapons. Is Woodberry's layup was just off, but Alex, I think him and Luke Fisher are two guys that have really worked hard. Not that the entire team hasn't this offseason, but we've seen significant improvements in both their games. As Leland Coleman's shot will be off on that one.
Yeah, I love the way Alex plays. He's not, the biggest player by any means, but he he plays very physical and with a lot of energy. I love it.
Gannon's shot will be off. Bit of a roller on across about 3 or 4 players' fingertips as Leland will eventually come down with it. It seems like there's a bit of miscommunication on half the Titans there. But nothing will come of it. Let's see. Fisher, deep 3 by Trey Coles.
Oh.
In and out.
It's a bit off there. You could tell Luke really wanted that first shot, but
Leland Coleman forces a missed shot. Carter Schumer will dive on it.
has the ball.
Jump ball. Titans will retain possession after that one. We'll also see.
Really love that play by Carter Schumer there.
Yep. We'll also see Trey Ferguson checking into the game. He's going to come in for Luke Fisher. Always great to see these seniors get on, especially on senior day, get playing time. We know Trey on the defensive side is absolutely impeccable. His quickness and aggressiveness always valued. Coleman's pass is intercepted. Alejandro Ford will pass it back. And now Gordon looks to take it himself.
Justin Gagnon gets fouled there. We're going to the line again.
It's going to be the Titans' second team foul of this half. Jenkins first. Justin Gannon's first free throw is good.
It's like Fat Rat's going to check in for Shuma.
And Gannon will nail both. And the lead is back to 4 points for the Titans. Let's see. Davion Brown on the ball. Titans some quick passing. Getting bobbled there by Alex, but they'll recover. Alex, some quick moves. We will lose the ball. Woodberry will take over.
Looks like Talik Montgomery is going to be checking in for Alex.
Woodward with the ball for Woodberry. Try saying that 5 times fast. Titans will take over.
As Trey Coles is going to come out for Luke Fisher.
And Coach Blazer will call a timeout for the Titans. It's going to be their second so far, so they'll have 3 remaining with just about 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in this third quarter. Titans currently hold a 4-point lead, 38-34. Matthew, what do you think Coach Blazer is going to say in this timeout? Is there any analytical thing that he's going to look at, or is he just more of a motivational speech here?
I mean, from my perspective, it looks like we need to slow the game down more. I think, sometimes we get a little bit panicky and try and take things too fast. So I think we need to, on some plays, just take your time. And just better communication, as we've been saying throughout the game.
that communication is something I definitely want to highlight. When you and Hamlin were commentating the second quarter, I did have the opportunity to go down and sit right next to the floor in the student section. And contrary, I've been up here for all of the home games, but being able to go down there, you can hear the players and you can hear them communicating, and the game is a bit closer to you, so you can see more of the physical attributes of these players. And one thing I noticed is how much Leland leads this team on the court. His communication is vital. He's constantly giving people call-outs on who to guard, and Luke Fisher's shot for three. It's going to be off. He's going to get his own rebound. Pass to Leland Coleman. And Woodberry's going to get called for a reach foul. But as I was saying there, Leland's leadership on his team, he's one of the two co-captains, him and Luke Fisher. But him just calling out where players are, helping the Titans both on offense and defense as they're picking up guys as the Woodberry goes into transition. It's so important, and we really will miss him next year when he's gone. But it's great to see him having a good performance tonight as Alex Chaikin's three-pointer off the mark. It's going to be Alejandro Ford on the rebound. His pass as Woodward will force a Titan player to hit that one out. I wasn't sure exactly who on the Titan side hit that out, but Woodberry will take over.
Wallace Harrison's going to pass to Alejandro Ford there.
Ford shot will be good. The lead is cut to 2. And unfortunate there by Davion Brown. I think he tried to rush that one a little bit too much. You just mentioned wanting to slow the pace of the game down. I definitely agree. I think maybe that was a little bit of a rush shot on Davion's part, but we know his incredible athletic ability and his confidence as his skill is unparalleled. So I think reasonable for him to attempt that shot, and that's one of the ones where if it goes in, it was a great play. If he misses, you're like, eh. So you're gonna see Woodberry with a chance to tie it or take the lead here for the first time in a while.
Ford good pass to Mazika as he gets fouled.
Foul on Trey Ferguson. It's going to be his first foul. Zinga's first free throw will be off the mark. So Woodberry won't be able to take the lead here with this second free throw, but will allow the Titans a chance to go downfield, go down court and look to extend the lead a little bit. Second shot is off. Titans with the rebound. You think they're going to try and hold here, try and burn time off the clock?
I think so, but I think we're also definitely looking to widen the lead going into the fourth quarter. I think just the bigger lead you have coming into that last quarter, the more confidence you're going to have in the team.
Great job there by Trey Ferguson. He gives up a few inches in height to Wallace Harrison on the court there, but is still able to make that layup work. In and out by Hardinson. 25 seconds left on the clock. Trey Coles layup will be no good. Shot clock is now off. Woodberry can hold. Try and get the last shot off.
Going to call Leland for a reach there, it looks like.
Yeah. With just 4 fouls on the Titans this quarter, it won't be a shooting foul, so Woodberry still has to get the ball in. They have 11.5 seconds to do so.
Leland's going to come out for Carter Schuma, and ideally they turn it over and we can get a shot up.
And the turnover happened. Let's see if the shot gets in. And
great putback by Jacob and the forward.
Luke Fisher maybe took a foul there. I'm not going to say it definitely was, but it certainly looked like from our point. But great job there by Alex Chaikin to finish that one off. And the Titans now with a 6-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. And want to say thank you to Matthew. Did a great job on his first time commentating.
Yeah. Thank you, Matthew. Good work. I'm back on the mic with Ryan.
Yep.
Ryan, third quarter was back and forth affair, but it ends with the Titans with a 6-point lead. What were your thoughts on quarter number 3?
I would say just all around great defensive effort by the Titans. I think a little bit less in terms of the rebounding. They definitely controlled in the second quarter. We saw multiple offensive attempts that were kind of halted by Trinity's defense, but they were able to respond in this third quarter when they got a loose ball or such as we just saw in that last play.
Yeah, that was an awesome hustle play by Alex Chaikin to sprint the court and get that buzzer beater that we saw Woodberry get in the first and second quarter. And he didn't have time to come down with it, so pulled a classic, what I call a McCarthy, which is when you leap up and shoot it without coming to ground, which is named for former Titan Stephen McCarthy, class of 2005. I did think some of the offensive possessions for the Titans were pretty ugly that quarter. Offense didn't flow quite as well, some turnovers, but thankfully the defense pretty much kept them in it. Trey Ferguson with some good minutes and good energy, and Titans have led at the end of every quarter, and if they win the fourth quarter, they're going to win the game. What a block by Leland, and Alex Chaikin comes down with a loose ball and draws a foul. So with 7:37 to go, Trinity up 6 with possession. Trey Cole's step back is way off the mark. Good defense there by Jeffrey Woodward. Layup is off the mark. And it's been quite a few layups that Woodberry's missed tonight. Ooh, that was almost intercepted. Carter Schuma kicks it out. Fisher mid-range, nope. And Gagnon comes down with a rebound. Neither team has scored yet in quarter number 4. Alejandro Ford's layup is airballed. Titans look to push with a 5-on-4 opportunity. Leland Coleman took the contact, and he will go to line for 2. Leland did a great job there defensively. Challenged the shot without fouling, got the rebound, and then brought it up himself. And for folks who may be joining us late, I was looking at our numbers in terms of the streaming, and we have had a lot of people join us since the beginning. So if you joined us late, Woodberry Forest comes into this game 21-4. And only the, I believe, third time in program history that Woodberry has reached the 20-win threshold based on a tweet that I saw when they got to 20 wins last week. So this is one of the best Woodberry Forest teams maybe in program history, certainly in the 21st century. So for the Titans to have this 6-point lead with 6.5 to go is an opportunity for the biggest win of the season. And Ryan, you said it very eloquently at the beginning of the broadcast that this was the biggest game of the year from a state ranking standpoint, from a league seeding standpoint. And so far, it's been a solid performance by Trinity.
Agreed. Also, I think Woodberry maybe not the total offensive capability that they've seen this season. They are missing, I think, arguably their best player in and Jordan McConnell. He's out. He's the center. He's just a sophomore and is 6'11", 240. Quite the frame. But
Yeah, he's really good, really skilled, and obviously with that size. And I think someone told me, I think he's on the Canadian like U17 national team, I believe, or someone told me that. That is perhaps hearsay, but so yeah, Jordan McConnell, great player, and that's a big void for the Tigers. But still, they're a talented team. They got a lot of shooters. They can all handle the ball. Coach Craig Dawson's done a great job. He himself was an incredible shooter at Wake Forest. I believe class of 2002, Coach Dawson. And Titans lead is 8, and the lead pretty much all night has wavered between about 2 to 9. I don't know that we've gotten it up to double digits. As another missed layup by Woodberry, and I do think that Coach Dawson is going to rue some of these missed layups. That was pretty much uncontested, and an uncharacteristic miss by Amir Crawford. But I also know, talking to some of our players today, they felt pretty confident coming into this one. That was mishandled by Coleman, and the Tigers have a chance for 5-on-4. Great effort by Leland to get back, though. Spin move and foul on Leland Coleman. And Crawford is still down. Took a pretty hard hit there. Slow to get up. Might have gotten
poked in the eye, I think.
poked in the eye.
He'll still come to the line to just shoot his free throws.
Yeah, still holding the eye a little bit.
I feel like eye injuries are one of those things that not only is it physically painful, but it also impairs your mental state, because it's so hard to come into you can't see. One of your senses, probably the one you use the most, is significantly impaired, and on top of it being painful, your judgment isn't good.
I agree. Sounds like you've been hit in the face a couple times in your life, Ryan.
Well, I have, but I think you're probably a better example. I know people at home can't see, but Mr. Hamlin currently has a black eye. Has Alex Chaikin's long three.
It's a good look for Chaikin. Good pass by Trey Ferguson. Yes, I do indeed have a black eye, playing some old man hoops. I caught an elbow, similar to what Crawford just had. And even from up here, it looks like he might have a little swelling around that eye. Luke Fisher coming in for Trey Ferguson. Trey's played well tonight. A couple tough buckets in the lane, and he was unfortunate not to get an assist there, because I thought he had an excellent penetration and kick out to Alex Chaikin. That's a shot that Chaikin usually makes. Titans running some offense here. Just over 5 minutes left in this one. Trinity up 6. Chaikin took some contact, finishes. No foul, but that's a tough finish by Alex Chaikin. How many points did he have? And another turnover by Woodberry. It's 12 points for Chaikin. And the Tigers now with double-figure turnovers, as they have definitely thrown it around a little bit. And a lot of credit to Trinity defending well. But also, it's tough to win on the road in this league. And in fact, as Leland Coleman takes it all the way, and the lead is 10, which is about as large a lead as we've seen tonight.
Yeah, with the exception of just before the first quarter ended, it was, I think, double digits then.
You're right.
But since
15-4 before they banked in that 3 at the end. Yeah, good call.
So
not quite the largest lead, but the largest lead since the first quarter. So you like where you're at if you're a Titan fan with 4.5 to go and a 10-point lead, but definitely far from over. And let's be honest, these guys have not done the best job of closing out games. That Benedictine game had a 10-point lead almost go away in the last couple minutes, and St. Christopher's game believe Trinity led by 5 or 6 in the fourth and couldn't close that one out.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've said how unfortunate that was. Maybe some calls that definitely didn't go their way, but hasn't affected the Titans tonight as we've seen them come out with, their usual aggression.
I think he's like kind of cutting.
I mean, is he injured or just not playing?
All right, Tigers ball with 10-point deficit, 4.5 to go. Elbow shot is good by Amir Crawford. It's a nice play run out of the timeout by Coach Dawson. Shaken with another great take, and he has really stepped up here in the second half, and Shaken with 14 points, and I don't even know if he's hit a 3, which is sort of his typical way of scoring. Oh, loose ball, should be white ball. It was out off of Woodberry, and we do indeed see that called. Luke Fisher for 3. Yes! And the lead is 13, and that is the largest lead of the game. As Trinity with 3.5 to go is in the driver's seat. Just got to defend hard now down the stretch and got a chance to get a huge win over the 21-win Tigers. Big time block by Leland Coleman. Fisher is fouled. Whistle was a little late, but definitely a foul. And with 3:19 to go, Luke Fisher going to the free throw line. Leland Coleman really is stuffing the stat sheet tonight. He's blocked probably at least 6 shots. Got quite a few rebounds. Fisher hits the first.
That'll be Woodberry's 6th foul of the half, so one more, and they will put the Titans in bonus. This Fisher shot is good.
Get an offensive foul on Woodberry, a legal screen on Marius Mazika. And Trinity has really seized control here in the fourth quarter. In fact, they are outscoring the Tigers 13-4 here in the third quarter. And I think the key play, in my estimation, was that hustle full court sprint at the end of the third quarter by Alex Chaikin, and the putback really built some momentum that Trinity has carried into quarter number 4. And now we're going to get an illegal screen at the other end, and Mason Patrick just fouled out. And it's been a tough night for Mason. He got 3 quick fouls in the first half, almost immediately picked up his 4th in the first 30 seconds of the second half. And now Mason is fouled out. And I wouldn't really say he got his money's worth on those fouls either. Three by Crawford is no good. Trey Coles with the rebound. He's looking to push. Oh, nice move. Inside out dribble and a right-handed finish. And you can really see Trey Coles playing with probably the most confidence we've seen from him all season in these last few games. That time Coleman did not get the block, but he changed the shot and got the rebound. And this fourth quarter has been just magical from a Titans standpoint.
Ever since that timeout by Coach Blazer, I think the Titans have gone on a 7-0 run. And they just haven't allowed Woodberry to score at all and have been converting all of their offensive attempts.
Yeah, now Luke Fisher is going to draw a foul. It's going to be 1-1 as he got bumped. Not a shooting foul. Couple subs for the Tigers. Jevion Roseman in, the sophomore. I believe this is the first time we've seen him. Number 24. We also see Wallace Hardison, the senior point guard, return. Fisher connects on the first free throw, and he's going to get a second. And a couple of the seniors getting back in the game. Colin Edsel and A.K. Key. Colin started, gave some solid early minutes, and he's going to get some more minutes here at the end as Luke Fisher knocks them both down 59-40. And the big thing for me tonight, too, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but just how these guys have responded after what was really a heartbreaking loss at St. Christopher's on Friday night. They've come back strong. Trey Cole's three, no good. I think you'd probably rather take a little more time off the clock, and that missed three leads to a transition layup for Alejandro Ford. Ryan reminded me earlier that Ford was a very good soccer player for Woodberry's soccer team. And at 6'5", you don't typically see guys that tall playing soccer, but he was a really good center back, and arguably the best athletic event we've covered on TESPN this school year was the Trinity Woodberry quarterfinal soccer game that went to penalty kicks. As Colin Edsel misses the first, 1:36 to go. Trey Ferguson, another senior, coming in for Trey Coles. And we also see the Tigers go a little deeper into their bench. Brett Booth, a senior, comes in. Reese Anderson, a junior, and Eli Simmons. And Colin Edsel knocks down the free throw, which is put the crowd into good spirits, seeing Edsel get on the scorebook.
Three-pointer.
Step back three from the lefty, Reese Anderson, is good for the Tigers. And now Hardison fouls Fisher. And we do see right now it's 5 seniors in the game. And I would imagine they'll probably finish it out, or you may see Luke or Leland maybe come out and get a little bit of a curtain call. And we are seeing a sub as Carter Schuma is coming in for Leland Coleman. Leland played a great game tonight. And Leland's getting an ovation from all the coaching staff as he checks out. But good news, even though this is senior night, it's not actually the final home game, as Titans will host Stab on Friday night. And with this win, I believe it clinches a home quarterfinal game in the Prep League tournament as well, which I believe will be next Tuesday. So, yes, it's senior night, but a couple more opportunities to see these guys play. And a really interesting foul call there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be A.K. Key with the foul. Eli Simmons going to shoot the free throws, 2 shots.
You know, as this game is wrapping up, I really want to touch on maybe the shift in momentum that occurs in high school basketball games. The last time these two teams played, it was at Woodberry. I think it was 3 or maybe 4 weeks ago, give or take maybe a little bit. But going into that game, into the fourth quarter, the Titans were down by 3.
Yep.
And then in the fourth quarter, Woodberry just broke it open and ended up winning, probably by about how much the Titans were going to win by tonight.
Yeah.
And so, bit of a
kind of
Uno
a
Park reverse here.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's due. I think some credit is due to the home court advantage that the two teams had for those matches, but the ability of the Titans to shift their momentum and rebound from Friday and come out here. Also, Woodberry missing probably their best scorer, definitely a detriment to them. But
Nice
great
finish
job
there by Hardison.
Yeah, but just
And nearly a
interesting.
steal by Hardison. No, you make a really good point, Ryan. And, you know, been involved in prep league basketball. I have for over 30 years or more. And home court advantage is real. I mean, it matters, especially in the out-of-town games. Like the games within Richmond, well, even, I mean, if you look at our results against Richmond teams, beat St. Christopher's at home, lost there, beat Collegiate at home, lost there. St. Christopher's beat Collegiate at St. Chris. They'll play again later this week. So home court matters, but especially the out-of-town teams. And that's why, as good as Stab is, I think that if the Titans play like they did tonight, they can give Stab a tough one here on Friday night, because as good as Stab is, they're not quite the same once you get them out of their gym. And same with Woodberry. Woodberry actually has never won here at the Estes Athletic Center. Even last year when the Titans struggled, they did win this matchup. So that streak continues. But with 3 seconds to go, everybody's still playing hard. AK Key at the buzzer. No good on that shot. So final score, Trinity Episcopal gets a great win. Trinity 62, Woodberry Forest 49. Improves the Titans to 15-8 on the season. Woodberry drops to 21-5. Still, it's been a great year for the Tigers, and they've got more games to play. Coach Dawson giving a lot of love to Coach Blazer, who did a fantastic job of getting these guys to bounce back from Friday's 1-point loss at St. Christopher's. So, Ryan, I think your point about how this game was almost the mirror of the game at Woodberry was an excellent one. But before we wrap it up tonight, any other final thoughts?
Not really, no. I think I really said it with that flip of the result from the last 2 times these teams played. But I just, want to say one time on the broadcast is a big thank you to all the seniors that were out here tonight.
Yeah.
You stepped away in the third quarter off the broadcast, and I mentioned there when I went down to the student section, you get a different feel for the game down there. You see things a little bit differently, and I think importantly you can hear the players talk, and hearing especially Leland on that court with his leadership on that team, I think really allowed them to pull through. And I just want to highlight that we are going to miss all these seniors next year, and we're so happy that they came through this program.
Ryan, that's very well put. And the season obviously not over, even the home schedule not over. And so I guess, that finality that, for example, I felt for the soccer seniors after the state championship loss, or the football seniors after their state championship win, or the field hockey seniors when we broadcast their final game. I actually it hadn't quite sunk into me yet, because these guys still have games to play. But you're right. I mean, this night is about honoring the seniors, and they went through a lot. I mean, their sophomore year, we didn't play games. We had a bunch of practices, skills and drills, it was called. We weren't even allowed to scrimmage because of COVID. And that was so disruptive to their careers and their opportunities. And then last year was a difficult one with only 5 wins, but seniors have done a great job this year. Tonight, win number 15 on the season, and let's definitely make sure we call out those gentlemen by name: Colin Edsel, AK Key, Carter Schuma, Trey Ferguson, Luke Fisher, and Leland Coleman. Titan Nation salutes you all for your contributions to the program, and can't wait to see them again Friday night with one of the best teams in the state of Virginia coming into our house with Stab, and we'll look forward to that. Yes, so we'll broadcast that game on Friday, and then I'm almost positive we'll also host a state tournament game, or sorry, a prep league tournament game on Tuesday, and we'll broadcast that as well. And then if there are any additional home games beyond that, we'll be sure we're streaming them, although I'm not sure that will be the case, because I think even if we win the quarterfinal, we would almost certainly travel for the semis and championship. And tonight's win gives Trinity a very good chance to make the state tournament, but we certainly would not be hosting a state game. If we get in, it's going to be as probably the 10, 11, 12 seed, something like that. So still have, looks like 2 more home games, for sure Friday against Stab, and very, very likely, I'm 99.9% sure, next Tuesday in the Prep League quarters, probably against Fork Union, maybe against Collegiate. Those are the 2 potential opponents there. But this was a great performance. I think the best game, the most complete game we've seen tonight, the most complete game we've seen this season was tonight by the Titans, and they did the seniors proud and just beat a 21-win team. So it was good to see. It looks like we're not going to have any post-game interviews tonight, as they're going to have a little, I think, team ceremony post-game in the Spade Alumni Room to honor the seniors. So we will let them get to that. But, Ryan, it was fun being joined by you again on the microphone. I think you and I are back up here on Friday.
Should be,
and thanks to producer Ben Snyder, statistician David Jennings, and Matthew Roberts, who was on the microphone in quarter number 2 and quarter number 3. This is a fun one, and we'll look forward to everybody hopefully with us on Friday night. If you can make it here in person, come on out. You'll see a great Stab team and see these Titans try and pull the upset. But if you can't be here, we will have the broadcast for you Friday night, 6 o'clock. Until next time, thanks so much. Go Titans.